What's up, everybody? It's Concrete Zebra with Craftmaster Productions and Studio1Tutorials.com. And today we're with Studio One Expert and we're going through part 3 of our hip hop production workflow. In part 1, we went over our template. Part 2, we did our drums. And today we're going to be going through VST workflow. Now, the first thing that I do after I get my drums set up is I will go ahead and do a little bit of gain staging so we don't start overloading this master fader. And it's really easy, as we've already set up VCA faders for our drum bus and our band bus. And all I'm going to do is lower this VCA fader until my drums start to hit about -6 dB. All right, we're at -6 dB on the main. Now we got some headroom. We'll go ahead and double click in the arrange window. I've got a pad set up from Nexus, and we'll just double click to bring up the piano roll and lay in a quick chord progression here. Now you want to make sure that you have the vertical snap turned on. That way you don't have to worry about sour notes or anything like that. Let's take a listen to our first chord. Now let me just grab all that highlighted, hold down the Alt key, drag those notes over here. You shorten these up so we don't have the release of the pad overflowing too much. Take these top 2 notes, move them up, listen to our progression. All right, that sounded good. I just want to go ahead and bring down the volume on that to match the gain staging we already have on our drum bus. So I'm just going to lower it down the 12 dB that we went ahead and took down the drums. Now, that pad sounds pretty good, but a great way to kind of thicken up your sound and make it sound a lot more interesting is to stack your instruments. So I have Presence loaded up, and I just have a simple piano. You know, by itself, a piano is pretty plain. By itself, a pad is pretty plain. But when you stack them on top of each other and say change the octave of one of them, you can highlight these notes, hold down Shift, and press the up arrow. That will change your octave up. If you press Shift and down, that'll go down. Let's hear what we have now. All right, sounded pretty good so far. Now I have a guitar type sound loaded up in Omnisphere, and I'm just gonna go ahead and, using the chords as the foundation of the track, I'm just going to copy these down, and I'll just shorten up the notes and use these 3 notes as the base of the melody and see what we wind up sounding like. Let me change the velocity on these. Alright, so I like that motif. We'll go ahead and do a similar thing here. And if I'm going to hold down Alt, click and drag these, and drag this out and get a cool little effect. See, so right there you already have kind of like the more spaced out trippy sound that Future has going on his Evol album. I want to go ahead and add a lead line to this. So I have a lead loaded up in Massive that I like. And again, I'm just going to take the chords down and get rid of this top note and get rid of this top note. And kind of just drawing a nice little walk up, you know, something simple. See what we got. You know, now that you have a nice section to work with, we'll go ahead and go to event, merge events. That way everything's the same length. Now we can start doing a little arrangement. So you hold down Alt to make your sections. So we'll start with our intro, highlight all these, take them out. See what we have so far. See, I kind of hear a drop coming in, so we'll take this tool, zoom in a little bit, go ahead and delete that, back this off, see what we have. Now that we kind of like the way that turns around, we'll just go ahead and highlight all of it, copy it a couple times, and now you have, we'll do this as an outro. Now you start to have the framework of your song. So what you can take away from this video is when you're creating with MIDI inside Studio One is it's really easy to compose quickly when you use the vertical snap and you just, you know, move within your given scale, especially if you're comfortable starting with chords. That'll give you kind of a roadmap on what notes you want to use for your melodies. And as long as you move with the chord progression and you move your melody along with it and you move your lead lines and your bass lines along with it, you're always going to get something that works with harmony. And you add that, you know, with a great drum beat, and you'll be on your way to making great tracks. Again, this is Concrete Zebra with Craftmaster Productions, Studio1Tutorials.com with Studio Expert. Keep it simple and don't be basic. We'll catch you on the next one.